Alright, so today we're going to be going over the Grand Crusade, the new game mode that just came out. It's actually really fun. I think it's my favorite just because of how crazy the rewards are, and it's like the most fleshed out game that they've added. The Mines, like, it's just so fun because Mines is like short form content, and you can just play it over and over and over, but it kind of gets boring. Grand Crusade, I don't know if it's because it's new or what, but I played it literally all day yesterday. So, right now, after one day, I'm on area 52. So, I learned up. I did my studying. EX boss, I'm on 4. This ramps up. This, it's impossible. You cannot do this. I had a theory on how you're supposed to do it, but I'm gonna get to this at later in the video because this is hard. Alright, so first of all, we're just gonna start with the basics. Alright, when you go into Grand Crusade, you got this. Obviously, the further you get, the better mats you're gonna get. So, um, if we go back, right here on Area 1, you're getting mostly 1s, right? And then if I go all the way over here to Area 50, I'm getting 3s, 4s, and some 5s. So I'm hoping once I get to like 60 plus, it'll start giving me a couple 6s because I'm gonna farm those. And so when we go in here, you can like look at this, but the best way to actually traverse the map is click the menu up here and click map, and it pops up this thing, and it'll show you where all the chests are, and then it also shows you where the boss is. So let me go to one where I haven't actually finished it, so you can see real quick. Map. So right there's a chest, and there's the boss. That's what the icons look like, but it'll show you everything. So if I wanted to, I could just click right here, and it would send me all the way over there. It would just take a little while, and then grab these two. And then right here, pretty much this menu button, you can go through anything. So activity right here, this is super important. You can change how many tiles you encounter in a boss. Like how many times you have to fight, so you can save your energy. So if you set this to 5, you'll only have to fight a boss every 5 instead of 3. The reason you would want to set it to 1 is so you can farm for the coins, because the coins you only get when you fight the bosses. So if you want a coin farm, set it to 1, but then you're gonna run through your unit stamina like crazy. So I'm setting it to 5 just so I can get to those higher areas with the 6-star mats. And then I'm probably gonna lower it maybe to 1 just so I can start farming coins and farming more mats. I'm pretty sure the drops are the same. If it's just like a normal tile or a boss tile, you're getting 1 drop. And then if it's a boss tile, you're getting 1 drop and some coins. Sometimes you get 2 drops and some coins, but I don't think the second drop is usually the same. And then Fusion, we'll get to this last because this is going to be a whole thing. GC items is where you can go through these. The AP potions, these restore your moves, so every time you move, it's 1 AP. You get a ton of them, but be careful with them because they're going to run out real fast and you're not going to be able to replace them real well, and then you're just going to be stuck doing nothing. And it's not going to be very fun. That's why I'm going 5 moves at a time. I'm just trying to sprint through all the bosses. Alright, and then stamina drinks, these will restore the stamina. So once you run out of stamina and then there's like that 1800 second timer, you just use one of these and it's gone. And then quick stones, these are super important. So areas, this will just send you back to the screen where you can like run through all the areas. Settings, this is just the settings for Grand Battle. Siphon, we'll get to that later. GC title, that's just like the home page. But yeah, that's everything in here. So we're gonna go over teams real quick, and then I'll talk about those potions. So for your teams, it depends on how like veteran you are or how new you are at the game. If you're newer at the game, I'm gonna say just try your best. Probably spread out your teams a little bit, because the way I think you're supposed to play Grand Battle is you make 5 teams. Right here you have 5 teams. and you just fly through all the content. This team is my worst team because it's more sustain than anything. So I suggest 1 damage dealer, 2 archgeners, and a sustain unit. So we have our damage dealer, our archgeners, and our sustain unit is Gamagori. And then right here we have Summer Miyu damage dealer, Summer Iris and Sunraku as archgeners, Kiri as a sustainer. And then we have Veldora as the damage dealer, Luvia and Rin as the... This is more of a nuking comp, so I have Divine Arachnid Steers on her. And then I have Heart for the sustain, and I also have Gray for more nuking. So if I need more Archgen, I can just... Like, this team does a lot of damage. It's kind of crazy. If I make a Veldora showcase, I might have to bump him up on the tier list. I'm gonna be honest. But this is one of my favorite teams. They just clear everything so fast. And then this one is also really good. We have 2 damage dealers. This one's more the damage dealer, but Archgeners, this one's definitely more nuking focused. And this is actually my first 5-star equip. I binded it to Ainz, I guess, and I also gave it a art sub. So it just gives you the whole thing of the crest, which is really nice. But I'll go over that more later. And that's all 5 of my teams. You can have more teams, but I would just suggest 5 because you don't really need more. Like, by the time you get back in rotation, it's fine. Initially, I thought that you should have 1 main team that you fight the big boss with, and then 4 teams you run through everything with. But the issue that like brings to the table is the other, like, these are my 4 teams that I was running with. You got all these D's. This one not as much. There's a lot of E's here, but D's, and then tons of D's. You get to my main team that I wasn't running at the start, and the only one with D's really is the leader, because the leader gets 50% more than everybody else. And then your support unit, mine is Dark Heart, gets even another 10% more. That's why his levels are higher. He's level 156 in break. So this is HP, this is attack or damage up, this is physical res, magical res, this is break, and then this is HP and archgen. So like every couple seconds you'll get some HP and some archgen. But for team building, I'm gonna suggest make 5 sustain comps, like 5 archgenning with a sustain unit and a damage dealer. And you should be able to just keep cycling them. And if you're really new to the game, you might just have to take it slower. But I'll show you how to help that. So if we go back to the menu and to the GC items, these quick stones fully restore unit stamina and increase their CT speed level by 1. So CT speed level in Grand Battle, if I use it, usually you use it right after you waste all their stamina. I would wait till you have 4 to make the whole team the same CT level. So right here, my Heart the Fabricator, I would use it on him. I'm going to suggest you only upgrade 1 team. You just upgrade 1 team. So right here, their equip CT level is... Alright, so when you use that potion, down here, this cooldown time, my cooldown level is 3. At level 1, it's 1800 seconds. At level 3, it's 1140. And it goes down really quick. I don't know how low you can get it, but my suggestion is that you only upgrade 1 team. You get their countdown really low, and you just try to use them all the time. So the team that I'm going to keep spamming is Heart, Gamagori, Shuna, and SGL. Just because, if you didn't know, Heart is the best unit to use against the EX boss. So, what I mean by that is, if you go into the EX boss, I'll do 2 just because. So, the only way to get Archgen in this fight is with the buff you get from Grand Crusade. So if I go to my Regalia level, Heart the Fabricator, right here, this bottom one, HP regen by 261 and autofills Arch Gauge by 17 every 9 seconds. That is the only way to get Archgen in this EX fight. I think it's probably the worst fight in the game. It's really numb. It's so slow. I hate it. but it'll probably get a lot better the further you get into the game. But if I go to EX2 right now, I'm going to search for somebody with some sustain. I'm going to try and get a healer or maybe another Dark Heart. If you can get a Dark Heart, get a Dark Heart. That's why mine set is Dark Heart. But yeah, I'm just going to grab, I guess I'm going to grab a Hoka. Just because his skill regens. And then Gamagori is really good here too. And then for this unit, I think I'm just going to run, I think Shuna should work. And then I'll be back with everything, all the equips set up. Alright, so this is what we're going to be running. These equips aren't accurate. There's like a little glitch where it doesn't actually show them up, but it's going to change as soon as we get in. So the way you do this fight is you want to take a ton of damage, and then you want to use your shield unit. And the reason Hart is so good in this fight is he can still take damage when he's behind a shield by his super art effect of just killing himself. So if you heal him and then he kills himself, like he continuously takes more and more damage, he will generate arts, and that's the only way to get arts in this fight alongside this little regalia level thing. So we're gonna go into it real quick and just show you. So this arch journey, they don't work. It's a little stupid. So you get burned, and then you just wait. See, we're generating arts now that we're burned. And then as soon as we get low, we're just gonna use a Shuna, and we're gonna do that, and we're gonna do that, and we're also gonna get some crit on Hart, and then we're gonna do that just to get him some more damage. And just like that, boom, the boss is dead. This one is a lot easier. The level 4, it's impossible. I'm gonna have to figure that one out. That's why I'm saying you need to start leveling up one team, like your best team, and Dark Heart is your best option. He is the best unit to use against this. I'm sure once you get later game, you could definitely use a normal team comp against this, like a team comp just to counter the boss and not this goofy ass effect. But for now, Dark Heart and Gamagori are going to be the best duo against this fight, and I'm very glad I have both of them. But the EX4 is impossible. I'm telling you right now. I don't even want to attempt it. It's not fun. It's terrible. But, and then there's records right here. This is where you get all of your rewards. You gotta get these. I just got an expert LB stone, just like that. I've gotten like 3 lucky gems already. Tons of stuff. There's so much good stuff in here. Make sure you grab those. And then we're gonna go to. All right. So 2 more things. The next thing is gonna be siphoning. So right here you can siphon, so you can actually give the XP of one unit to another. So Hart the Fabricator right here, I'm gonna go to Gamagori, and because Gamagori is my tank, I'm going to transfer my tank levels to Gamagori. The only time you should do this is if on your team comp you have like one tank, like a taunt tank. Taunt tanks are really good in this because I think there's one boss that disables it. I don't remember which one it is, but I'm only running into that issue with Kiri and not Gamagori, so I don't really know. But you should definitely be upgrading this because these are crazy buffs. And the same, like vice versa. I'm going to go to Gamagori, and then I'm going to go to Hart, and I'm going to give him the attack buff because Hart is doing all my damage. And then the break one, I hate this one. This one buns. The HP one's really bad too, but this one right here is the best one. This one's going to give you passive archin and healing. So I'm going to say if you have Dark Heart, try and get this one as high as possible because it's going to make, or literally with anybody, try and get your Archgen Hungry units this as fast as possible, and it'll help on that EX quest. So like Gamagori, I'm just using his True Art. I don't really need this. I'm not going to do it right now, but I'm thinking about doing that just because Hart is really Archgen hungry in that fight, and his arts doesn't replenish the way it does normally because, you know, it's stupid. But yeah, make sure you are doing your siphonings and giving your defense to your taunt tanks but only do it on that team. Because if you don't have a taunt tank on your team and you're giving away your defense to just one unit, your other units are just going to die. So be careful with siphoning. Just do it intelligently. Alright, and then the last thing we're going to go over real quick is the fusion equips. This one might take a minute though. So to start fusions, you unlock these at different levels. I haven't gotten the 6-star ones yet. This one's going to take me a little while. A couple days maybe. Maybe by the end of the day I'll have it. But right here, you go in here. I'm just going to do this one because I'm trying to get a defense equip for Gamagori or a support equip for like Hoka, a magic equip for SGL, and then maybe a defense equip or a support equip for Emp, just because. Oh, also, real quick, only having 4 is just a lie. So you have 4 fusion equips right here, but you can specialize as many as you want. So to specialize, you just need them LB6 or higher, 50 luck or higher, Dream Awakened, or obtained from a trial event. I'm not really sure what it means, obtained from a trial event. I think those are like the bosses that you fight, and then you get the unit after you beat the boss. I don't really know. But to do it on an Ascended unit, you're either going to need them LB6 or 50 luck. So all of your Ascended units that are LB6 or 50 luck or higher, you can just put a specialized equip on them, and you can just make it for that specific unit, and it won't take up one of these slots. So these fusion equip slots, they are only for just nothing. Like, you can make as many specialized ones as you want, which is kind of crazy, and I'm gonna make a specialized one for all of the units I have because, you know, that's just cool. And then starting the fusion, I'm doing this one. Like I said earlier, I need defense and support. I'm trying to level them up. So every time you get something, you level these talent levels up. And then this one is your salvage level. So every time you salvage something, the higher level you salvage, the quicker this goes up. And then the higher level item you craft, the higher level item you craft, the quicker these go up. So once you get later, there's really no point in doing 1s and 2s. 3s and 4s, you can just go here into the mystical list and like transfer it. So click on the 3, convert, boom, just like with crests, with crest fragments. So start fusion, go into the 5, and I'm gonna do this, and then you select your common Mystica. First you select your quality, then you select your common Mystica, and then you select your unique Mystica. So if I wanted this one, all of these do different things. If you read them, you'll just know what they do. They're not that complicated. But this one sets ability acquisition rate from crest fragments to 100%. So if you put crest fragments on it, like I just boom, defense up, boom. Now if I put this unique Mystica on it, I don't know the rates if you don't, but if you put this on, there will be a 100% chance that this equip will have a defense 750 up passive. So I'm not actually going to do that because I don't want to waste these, because I'm trying to build something. But so if I want, so there's like a 50-50 split between defense and support. You go to my unique Mystica. I want more of a support, so I'm going to click this, moderately increases chance of crafting a support. Boom. And then maybe I want the metallic phase, so I'm going to click that. And then this, there's a whole like thing on these. These are really good. You're going to need to remember these. But real quick, I'm just going to do this, and then I'll show you that in a second. Boom. I got a cool little ring. So, I mean, yellow is bad. These do change the higher level you get. Yellow is bad, green is good, and blue is the best possible multiplier. So try and get blues. But I'm just going to salvage this real quick because I don't need that. Like, I'm sure it'll get better, but, you know, I don't want those yellow numbers. I want blue numbers. And then real quick, I'm going to go in here. And so this is the same thing I just said, common Mystica, then unique Mystica, and you can put gems in there. And then this one, this is the crest fragments. This is the levels. This is the salvage level. And then right here, you're gonna need to make sure you know what this is. Because right here on this defense equip, the defense equip I'm going to give Gamagori, I'm going to try and get it Dominion so I can get target physical magic damage taken down. because that'll just make it so much better on Gamagori. But this will help you if you wanted like an arch-genning thing. You should go with an astral, physical, or magical equip. For your support, you're either going to want astral or energy. For arch-genning ones, you can just go into the game, read this, figure out what you need, and try and put it on there. So these are all unique Mystica, so you can just put that on, like put it in the pot, and hopefully you'll get like a Dominion defense. If you're summoning for a defense, try and get a Dominion defense, boom. And then the last one is the specialization. I already went over this, but that's pretty much it for the fusion equips. Just remember, you can make an infinite specialized equips. I did fill this out. I got 4 of these while I had this, so I tested it. You can make all of these specialized equips and still have 4 fusion equips. So you can have more than 4. So that's awesome. So real quick, in the settings right here, you can select it to automatically use your AP recoveries. So boom, and then collect treasure on route. Boom. So now when you click this auto advance button, it says bosses in 14 tiles. Okay, that is a bad example because if I go to the map, the chest is right in front of the boss. But it'll detour to get the chests, and then it'll go to the boss. So if you change the setting real quick. And then for your parties, the fastest way to change them, so like right now my equips are all set for this team. Boom, I go to this one, I'm missing a couple, so I'm gonna click on set your equips, and then click save, and then make a grand battle little thing, and boom, save it. And then every time you click this yellow arrow, apply, and it'll just set them. Apply, and it'll set them. Is that easy? It's so much easier than going in and clicking all the equips every single time. So that's what I would recommend. It is really nice that it is first of all, it's not dupe locked. So if over here I have my gray on this team, and then I got my second gray down here, I can just boom, and it'll let me use 2 grays. So I think that's really cool. So if you have dupes, you can use them. And then it's not equip locked. So if you're kind of equip poor, it's not that big of a deal. You can just figure it out. But yeah, that's it for this video. So see ya. Good luck with Grand Battle or Grand Crusade.